Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the so-called internet. What's going on? I hope you're doing as well as I am, because we are back for yet another video on World of Warcraft. But this time, we're here to actually sit down and discuss about the Darkmoon Faire of patch 5.1, which finally hit today on Monday. It is going to last until Sunday, so you have exactly a week to visit the goddamn awesome looking spooky place. And why am I even talking about the Darkmoon Faire? Well, because since patch 5.1 hit the servers, which is Operation Landfall, Blizzard has added some new additions to the Darkmoon Faire event as well. And it is also an event which happens every month for a whole week. So if you miss this week's Darkmoon Faire, make sure to look at your calendar again and see when the next one will be coming forth. But otherwise, let's talk about my experience with the Darkmoon Faire. So I logged on today and I decided that I would fly to Mulgore and go by the Thunderbluff City, which is where the Darkmoon Faire portal should be located at if you're on the Horde side. If you're Alliance, however, you must go to Elwyn Forest and go by the Gold Chariot Town. Here you will find the appropriate portal, which will lead you to the Darkmoon Faire Island, which is a completely different instance. This was made, I believe, since the Mists of Pandaria expansion launched, or I believe it was made during Cataclysm. I don't actually remember, but it is a completely instanced zone where which is completely dedicated to the Darkmoon Faire place. So you go to the Darkmoon Faire. Once you go through that portal, you meet a certain fellow, a gnome named, I believe his name is Dusty Brandon. He's an NPC, he doesn't do much, but he will propose you a tall strider, a Darkmoon Faire tall strider, which is pretty much the bird, the crazy flamingo-looking bird, which you first fought in the Ashenvale places, the Night Elf zones, the lower Night Elf zones. Anyway, so you ride that tall strider. It is going at a 60% speed, and this was made, I assume this mount was made for the Lobies, so that people that do not have a mount could easily go to the Darkmoon Faire riding that mount, because while you don't actually, you don't step right away into the actual fair, you have to go through a certain path, through a dark forest, which is kind of spooky looking. And honestly, they should have made the Darkmoon Faire right by the portal, but that's just another story. I'm not going to complain about that, but I am glad to see that Blizzard actually made this. They put that in so that people of lower levels could easily get to the Darkmoon Faire in a matter of seconds. So you can actually get those tall striders from the mount and pet reward vendors for about 180 prize tickets, I believe. This is what I read. This is what I found from wowwiki.com, so I might be wrong, but I am pretty sure that it is 180 prize tickets. So you get there, riding the Darkmoon Faire tall strider, which is purple-green colored, and I go around the Darkmoon Faire, and I see this new ride. It's called the Darkmoon Ride Carousel. It is a new attraction, which Blizzard also put up in the Darkmoon Faire. You actually have to pay you have to buy a single ride ticket if you want to get into the actual ride. It is a carousel, and you must give out one ticket to KT, who is a female Gar Pandaren. And if you do not have that ticket, she will stop you right there and be like, "You no enter, you no around in this place. No, you have to buy your ticket from the other person." Well, actually, no. That is not correct. You can actually buy the tickets from the actual person who does not permit you in without a ticket. That NPC will sell you tickets, so you can get that for about a gold. Kind of expensive, but I think it scales down depending on your level. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The soundtrack for that simple ride is just so great, but that's besides the point. So you enter the carousel. You get to choose the ride you want to sit on. I believe there's a griffin a Miss Pandaria dragon. What else? A rocket, a goblin mount rocket. I chose to ride onto the Murloc seat, which looks pretty damn goofy. It looks so funny to me. So I sat on the Murloc seat, and you would think that the carousel is just a simple attraction made for fun. No, actually, if you get onto the actual seat and, you know, ride the goddamn thing, you get a 10% experience and reputation bonus for an hour, which is very worthwhile, and it is of good value. So if you want to level up some alts, getting on when the Darkmoon Faire is up is actually a good opportunity to get to level 90 faster, as you would expect usually. And if you're just doing dailies on your level 90 character, trying to get your reputation with the Golden Lettuce to revered, or some other reputation to revered, this is a good, you know, way to get a bonus for your reputations, which you want to farm. So that is one of the newest features which was added. So I got out of the carousel and I decided that I would look around, talk to some vendors, and see what I could get from the pet vendors. Actually, you have to do the dailies in order to get those rewards. You can't just buy these rewards with regular gold or silver. You have to actually acquire tickets. So I decided that I would visit the Darkmoon Faire pet battle round. There is a complete different section for that. So you enter that place. You do not actually have to use a ticket, a ride ticket for that place, unlike the Darkmoon Faire carousel ride. You just go in there simply and you start up a daily quest from a certain NPC named Jeremy Fiesel. He's actually the pet battle trainer that you will have to face for that daily quest. So it is actually a pet battle quest. So you actually get that quest, and he will tell you you must get some game tokens in order to fight him, which is kind of a douchebag move. But thankfully he was nice enough to show me where the whatchamacallit, the token vendor is. He's a goblin vendor called Saz Coincatcher, who is right besides the actual place, literally like 3 meters from that place. So you get there, you get your game tokens, and then from then on you can use that game token to actually, you know, get on the actual quest and fight the douchebag NPC. And I was no match to him, unfortunately. He had level 25 pets, including a Darkmoon Eye pet. I believe that's one of the newest pets from patch 5.1. And that pet was named Judgment, which was completely appropriate, you know, for the fight, because, well, I did not do well. I had level 3 pets, and I guess that Darkmoon Eye put his judgment on all of my pets. He was totally like, you are not worth my while. You must be judged by the gods of the sky and the moon of Aloon. I don't know. But I totally got crushed. Nevertheless, I got the chance to see the new additions. I was glad to take a look and take my time to look at these new things. Otherwise, there's really nothing new. I went to see the Tauren Chieftains band, which is a band consisted of a couple NPCs. Pretty cool stuff. I danced for a while, and that was pretty much it, guys. I didn't do much on that event, but these are the new additions for the Darkmoon Faire, guys. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of the newest additions. Make sure to follow my Facebook for any random updates. You can also follow my Twitter for little tweets, which I put up every now and then. And don't forget to, most importantly, subscribe for any further WoW content. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and I can't wait to see you on my upcoming videos. I'll see you soon, okay? Goodbye. Rock on!